Hey, hey, everybody. It's Friday. Whoop, whoop. Everybody loves Friday. I love Friday. I love Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday. Okay, I'm over my singing now. I hope everybody's having a good day. It's beautiful here. I just went and saw my husband for lunch. It was really nice. I haven't done that forever. But it was more sweet because he actually messaged me and was like, "Will you come to lunch with me today?" And he hasn't done that in forever. So I was like, "Yeah, I'll come to lunch." So I drove the 40 minutes to his work and I sat and I had lunch with him and everything. It was really nice. Hey, Crime Canary, happy Friday. I hope you're having a good day. Hey, Charlie girl, Winky Whispers. Hi, girls. Welcome, welcome. I just figured it was Friday. Why not go live, right? I was on my way home from doing lunch with the hubby, so I was like, yeah, I'll go live. I'll say what's up. And plus, I wanted to kind of clear some stuff up. Hey, CCK. I wanted to kind of not clear stuff up. I guess that's the wrong term. Um, but I wanted to discuss my take on some things that happened last night, yesterday. Um, I really have been trying to avoid the drama that's been going on. So I've been going live and talking about random stuff and trying to stick with my crime and stuff like that. But there's two things that I want to discuss. One, this whole kick on YouTube about people's sexualities. Like I I think it's crazy. You know, people are calling people lesbians, people are calling people he's and she's and people are getting offended by it. Like really, I feel I feel like every day it's something. If it's not one thing, it's another. So now we're all on this kick about sexuality. And if somebody's straight, or if somebody's a lesbian, or if somebody's a trans, or whatever, really, to me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I don't think anybody should be labeled, or if somebody asks you not to do something, why can't we just not do it? So, per se, FOD. Now, I don't know FOD. I kind of stay away from FOD. I don't really know about her, him, her, whatever. But why can't people just call her say the name FOD instead of putting that he or that she in there? Like, just say FOD, plain and simple. And now all of a sudden, you know, people are lesbians and people are, all of a sudden now Randy's a lesbian. I'm sorry, Randy's married. And even if she was, it's nobody's business. I just don't get why people keep bringing up personal lives of people. If Randy is a bisexual, that's Randy's, thing. If FOD doesn't want to talk about her sexuality, she shouldn't have to. I don't know why it's any of anybody's YouTube business. So just avoid it. So that's my first complaint. That's too it is too it's ridiculous to me. It's like there is so many more topics that people can talk about on YouTube than and they're only doing it because they're they're not getting along. Because you know, at the end of the day, nobody cares about anybody's sexuality here. And the only reason why it's getting brought up is because people are not getting along. That's my theory. That's my take. That's my theory. And I think it's ridiculous. I think that people's sexuality is kind of over the line of nobody's business, just like people talking about everybody's real life stuff is nobody's business on YouTube. Just refer to that person as their YouTube name. It's that simple. FOD is FOD. Randy is Randy. Makeup Mobster is Makeup Mobster. And now every time I turn on a live, it's about somebody's sexuality. Like, oh, they're a lesbian now. Oh, they're bisexual now. Oh, we don't know what FOD is. Who cares? I'm not even sticking up for FOD. I'm not sticking up for anybody. I'm sticking up to the fact that it's nobody's business. That's my take. Two, my other thing that I want to make clear. I know that Leo's wife went on Laura's panel last night for herself. She went up for herself. She went up to discuss things with Laura, and that is perfectly fine. I think a lot of people have gotten upset about her going up on that panel, and because she didn't fight with Laura, I think people are upset with. But anybody that knows Leo's wife knows she's not down for arguing and fighting and petty back and forth stuff. I know that a lot of people were freaking out because Leo's wife said, she would talk to the people that she's close to off of YouTube to see if they would leave Laura's name out of their mouths. She did not for once. Mind you, I don't watch, like I've said 1,000 times, I don't watch Laura. But because Leo's wife was up there and I am close to Leo's wife, I went and listened to that part. This is how I took it. I took it that Leo's wife was speaking only for herself. I think Leo's wife was basically saying that she will talk to her friends, but no guarantee that her friends will not stop talking about Laura. But she could at least ask them. I know a lot of people took that she was making deals with the devil and that she was, I don't know how I want to word it. Let me think. I don't think that's what she was doing. I think for Leo's wife personally, she felt like she's not going to talk about Laura anymore. And that is her choice, and that is well and great. And she don't want to jump on panels and talk about Laura, all this and that. Same with me. So my take on it is, am I going to never talk about Laura again? I can't promise that. Do I want all my videos to be about Laura and constantly going live and talking about Laura? No, because I feel like when I do that, I give her content. I give her a reason to go live and be able to talk about me. And I think she needs to go talk about everybody else but me, or anybody but anybody, really, to be honest with you. She needs to find real good content to talk about instead of bashing and attacking and calling people's names and stuff. But I will say that I've already started doing this where I am not going to talk about Laura unless Laura does something that I feel in my heart and I feel for me that I need to vent about. And if it's just stupid shit, I'm going to leave it alone. You know? But as far as anything else, I don't want to talk about her. I don't want to give her views. I don't want to give her any reason to talk about me, But some of the things that Laura does definitely is uncalled for and below the belt. And sometimes I need to talk about those things. Now, the other thing that I noticed that I found really comical throughout that live is she really deflects from the things she does wrong. In her eyes, she feels like she's only defending herself. She never talks crap about anybody. She never goes at anybody first. It's always they're going after her first. Now, everybody knows that's a load of crap. Everybody knows she throws just as many tomatoes as everybody else. We know that she goes live about stuff just to trigger people. So I found it really funny that she did not own not one thing that she has done. It's everybody else's fault. For everything she's done, it's everybody else's. This asshole, I swear to God, sorry, this truck is being a dick. And so isn't this car. They just threw me off. Completely off. Hey, Truth. Hey, Salone. Hey, Flo. So, but we also know that I don't care if the Pope goes on Laura's panel. Laura is never going to own her stuff, ever. Laura is always going to think she's in the right. Laura is always going to think that she didn't do anything, everybody else did it to her. So, really, the point of even complaining about what she does gets nowhere. She is never going to see that. And it doesn't matter. You can go up on her panel or anything and be as calm as can be and have a civilized conversation with her, and she still will not get it through her head that she is not innocent in this game. We're all guilty. Every single one of us are guilty of something. And it was really plain to me last night because Leo's wife went up there very calm, didn't raise her voice. I love that she cammed up and Laura didn't. I found that humorous. I really did, because Laura always says, cam up, confront me eye to eye. And yet Leo's wife did it and Laura wouldn't cam up. I found that humorous. But I just think that everybody should kind of ghost her, because really, you're going to end up banging your head against the wall. You're going to end up being frustrated. You're going to end up wanting to pull your hair out, because it doesn't matter how you go about it, what proof you show, how you can sit there and show her right in her face that she's wrong. She's never going to get that. Ever. Never, ever, ever. So, really, is there a point? No, there isn't. But if we all collectively, like I said, I'm not going to ghost her completely, because something she does needs to be called out. And I'm the type of person that's going to call it out if I see it and I think it's wrong. So I cannot say without a shadow of a doubt, I'm never going to talk about her. I can't say that. But I am going to try not to, because I think it's going to make the community better if we don't. Because then she's not going to do the vile things she does if we don't give her the content to do the vile shit. I hope that makes sense. Hey, Tess. Hey, Richard. Sloan. Yes, exactly. It's like talking to a wall. It really is. And it just doesn't matter. You can scream at her, it doesn't matter. You can do all kinds of stuff and it's not going to matter. She thinks she is never wrong, that she never lies, which we all know, that she doesn't attack first, that it's always all of us. And so, you know what? I'm going to make it so I'm not in her vocabulary and I can put money down to know that I can go without talking about this woman and not mention her. I can go on with my crime lives. I can go on with my random lives. And she will still bring it up. And the other thing that I found interesting about that live last night was one of her Patreons, Red Dragon. She had mentioned, why did you guys attack Red Dragon? Well, that's funny because for me, I never attacked Red Dragon. I never said boo after I left about Red Dragon. Red Dragon came into a chat, inserted herself into the chat, and made herself a target because she had something to say. So I said, let's do common ground. Tell me what I did so wrong. When I knew that I've never done anything to this woman other than stop supporting Laura. And sure enough, I was right. She said, you promised that you would never drag Laura. No, I haven't dragged Laura. In my opinion and in my eyes, I have not dragged Laura. I have gone on my panels, I've gone on other people's panels, and I've spoke the truth about Laura. So to me, that's two different things. Dragging and speaking the truth are two separate things. So Laura sits there and says, now you're attacking her and she's done nothing. Now, see, I don't see it that way. She came in and called us a bunch of assholes, liars, said that she wouldn't have anything to do with any of us. And what are we supposed to do? Stay quiet? So, yet again, here we are with the hypocrisy of Laura's thinking that we just attack people. No, we don't. Just like we just don't attack you. You just proved it with your Patreon. Maybe you should have asked your Patreon what she did before you want to assume that we just randomly picked her out of a hat and said, oh, today I think we're going to drag Red Dragon. And mind you, we never dragged Red Dragon. I know I didn't. I basically said, you got something to say, come into my chat and say it. And I said, come to common ground. She said, no, I'm not coming to common ground. I never stepped foot on a platform like that. Why don't you come to Laura's panel? Okay, I would go to Laura's panel, but Laura has me blocked. And plus, like I said, what have I ever done to you? I've never done nothing to you. You're going to sit there and say, I lied to you. Well, what did I lie to you about? And lo and behold, I lied to her because I said I would never drag Laura. I don't drag Laura. But I just found it funny that Laura wanted to mention that last night on her panel, acting like we're just these big bad bullies and we just attack her and attack her Patreons for no reason. Just like Mr. Positive. Do I agree with Mr. Positive's channel? No, I don't agree with Mr. Positive's channel. I don't agree with what he does. It's not my cup of tea. I choose not to watch him. But my point was, how dare Laura sit there on a panel and call him out and tell him he can't do something on his channel? When the hell did you become God? When the hell did you become, because he's your supporter, that we're supposed to follow all your rules? None of us call her a bitch, but she did. Just say, yes, I am a cunt. I'm a liar. I'm a bitch. I'm a bottom feeder. But yet, it's so funny to me because when I was a Patreon, I was none of those things. None of those things. I was her right, quote unquote, right hand man. I was, this perfect person. But because I have an opinion and because I don't agree with the way she changed her channel, now I'm all these things. What did I do? I didn't do anything to her. Either did Leo's wife, either did Galloway, either did Serendipity, either did The Truth. We did nothing to her. Nothing. We laughed and we spoke the truth. Now, Laura can admit it, deny it all she wants. Go ahead, deny it. But we all know that it's true. We've shown you guys the proof. We've shown you that we're not lying. So, anyways, that is my rant on those two subjects. I just think somebody's sexuality is nobody's business, and is calling people bisexual and calling people lesbians and all that stuff needs to stop. To me, that's real life. That that is. That's just as bad as going real life. It doesn't matter. Just call them what they are. Just call them what they are. Now, do I personally like, certain creators? No. But I just choose not to go in there. She doesn't need a reason. No, she doesn't need a reason. But she sits there and, says that she does all this because we won't leave her alone. We won't leave her name out of her mouth. But you know that Laura, to me, it's so funny because how many times has Laura said, I'll be worried when everybody stops talking about me? Well, lately, everybody has stopped talking about you. Nobody's really bringing you up. And now you are just randomly picking fights with people so people still talk about you. But we're the assholes. I can't figure it out. I can't keep up. But I just want to say that I get why Leo's wife went up there. I know that she was trying to do it. By the way, my morals are better. I've never thrown suicide, addiction, mental disabilities in someone's face. That's a win for me, Laura. I agree, Truth, because we don't hit below the belt like that. None of us do. I don't think any of us have ever, went after people's addictions, suicides, mental health, any of that. We don't need to. Because in my eyes, we're classy. We're classy women. Yes, we are. We can have an adult conversation and we can keep it strictly YouTube related. We don't have to throw out people's personal lives just to prove a point. We don't have to do that. There's no reason for you to do that stuff unless you're looking to low blow them. And that's what you're doing. And then the whole funeral thing, you're saying you did it because Mandy Bell asked for it. You know what? That's just so childish to me. Who cares if Mandy Bell asked for it or not? Do you know how hurtful that is? Like, not that, Mandy Bell's any better than anybody else. Trust me. Don't take it wrong. But really, hold on, guys. Give me a second. But yeah, so I just know that Leo's wife did what Leo's wife did for herself. Not She didn't go in there to speak for the group, or anybody but herself. And that's what she did, and she spoke for herself. She basically said she's not going to talk about Laura anymore. And I respect that. And I'm going to try not talking about Laura anymore. But when she does something that I don't agree with, you bet your bottom dollar I'll be on here talking about it. She did it for the views. Let's face the facts. Well, I mean, really? Isn't that what she always does? It's always about the views. It's always about the numbers. I'm telling you, if it wasn't about that, do you honestly think Laura would be on YouTube? No. No, she wouldn't. She truly sees this as a business. But if you really seen it as a business, and you really do, that's the other part that I got from Leo's wife on her panel when I listened to it this morning. If you're really looking at it as a business point of view, in which you can, it's your prerogative, look at it as a business point of view. But when you're building a business and you're building a quote unquote empire, they don't build it off of selfishness. They don't build it off of your way or no way. People become business people that grow by listening to what the buyers or the watchers enjoy. And I'm sorry, Laura is so much about herself and her way, or it's the highway. She's never going to get there. You literally have to listen to the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you don't. It is all about numbers for her. That's why she likes the drama. That's why she's stuck with the drama. She saw that, and I can remember back in the day when Laura first started drama, Diane and Wendy, I remember this clear as day. They said, Laura, be careful getting into the drama because it's addicting. When you're doing drama and you're slinging drama and there's 400, 300 people in your live and, all of that, it gets addicting, but there's nothing good that comes from it. And they tried to warn her, and she didn't want to hear it. She thought she could handle it, and now she wants to cry that she's the most hated person in the community. Whose fault is that? I don't think it's ours. Because, really, we don't hate you just to hate you. You actually have done things, not that I hate her, but you have done things to make people not like you. You think we just woke up one day and was like, oh, let's not like Laura. No, your actions have made that. Your actions have made it so you're the quote unquote most hated person in this community. Maybe change your actions, change your course of direction, and maybe you won't be the most hated person. Maybe. But we all know it's Laura's way or no way, and that will never change. So that is my rant for this Friday. I got 63 people watching. So all the lurkers are watching. Hello, lurkers. Hello, Laura supporters. Make sure when you clip it right. Because you guys get her in a lot of trouble. Let me tell you. Because you guys run back to her and you give her false narrative, and then she jumps on her panel and talks about shit she's not really accurate on, and she looks like an ass. So if you're really going to help her, make sure you give it to her completely the right way. Getting ready, but wanted to stop by and say, hey, Stephanie. None of us left her at the same time either. It was sporadic. It absolutely was sporadic. Yes. None of us left her at the same time. None of us left her for the same reasons. And none of us don't like her for the same reasons. I think that all of us like her, don't like things she does. And it's all different. Some are the same, but majority of it, people don't like her for different things. That was an awesome rant. Thank you, Richard. I'm glad you liked my rant. I just needed to speak that. I just don't. And I just don't want people to think that, Leo's wife was speaking for anybody but herself, because the way I saw it and the way I took it, she was really speaking for herself. And I'm sorry, Do I want her up there defending me? No, I'm a big girl. If I have a problem, I will defend myself. I don't need a friend. I don't need, you know, an army to help defend me. I have a voice of my own and I can defend myself. So I actually appreciated that Leo's wife really just went up there for herself and kept my name and everybody else's name. Those are our battles. Those are our fights. And she shouldn't have to fight those for us. She says she owns everything, but when she apologized to Randy, she prefaced, well, if you think I'm sorry. Yeah. And you all know those sorries aren't legit. They're not heartfelt. Laura don't know how to give a heartfelt apology. It's a half-ass apology. That's all it is. It's a, okay, I'll apologize just so you'll stop talking about me. I'll give you a half-ass apology as long as you stop talking about me. But I'm not really sorry. But I won't let you know that I'm really not sorry. I'll just tell you I'm sorry. And I hope that you believe that I'm sorry. But I'm really not sorry. I just want you to stop talking about me. But does she really want them to stop talking about her? In my opinion, no. No, she don't. She really doesn't. In my opinion. I gotta go out to the mall, so I'm going to get ready. It takes me a while to get my hazmat suit on. Good night. Be careful out there, Flo. Hey, Ash. Hey, little Kelly. But that's all I have to say. Instead of trying to figure out somebody's sexuality, trying to figure out who's who, just call them their YouTube names. That's all you have to do. Just call them their YouTube names. And then there's no problem. And I'm sorry. I don't think it's anybody's business who's talking, if there's a relationship, isn't there a relationship, if they're bi, if they're lesbians, it's nobody's business. Hey, Miss Michelle. So that is my take on it. I don't think it's anybody's business what anybody's sexuality is. Truth said it best. I don't remember it word for word, but she doesn't care if you're a monkey. That's not who she doesn't look at anybody like that. She don't care if you're a monkey, a man, a woman, nothing. To Truth eyes, your whoever you are on YouTube. So, and I agree with that. Hey, Gingerlock Mom. Hey, Brian. So now I gotta run into the store. I know this isn't a long live. The truth, that's a lie, though. uh, but yeah. Ooh. I gotta run into the store. I know this isn't a long live. I just wanted to rant about those two things because I think it's just ridiculous. The things people will talk about, all for one, for content, and for two, just because you're mad. You look like a child. Stop acting like that. Act your age. No meaning she'll be washed up. Business owners don't harass, bully, and slander their ex-employees. So why does she think it's okay for her to do that to her ex-Patreons and everyone else she's constantly throwing hate at? Because she's Laura and thinks that she's God gift to YouTube, and she thinks that, and really she don't give a fuck. She don't care. She, just like I said, I've told a couple of ex-Patreons this before, and I swear by it. She was never nobody else's friend. You guys were her friends. She was never yours. It's all about the pocketbook. She does not care when you leave. She doesn't chase you. She don't beg you. She begs you a little because she, wants the money. But really, she don't know how to be a friend. She just doesn't. And she doesn't know how to be a business person, in my opinion. Because a business person wouldn't do the shit she's doing if you're trying to build an empire. Sorry, just my opinion. But I know she'll clap back and say, who is she to say anything? She's only got, what, 500 subs? Look at her with only 70 people in here, and she's going to tell me how to run a business when I sit here and I got a Patreon, I got a members, I'm selling clothes, I'm selling candles, I built my channel on my own. So who am I to say? I built my channel from the ground up. I didn't build my channel off of anybody's back. But if you go back to her videos forever ago, back when, and she does block everybody, yes. But then she tells everybody, panel up, bitches, panel up, face me, face to face. Okay, we would love to do that, but you got us blocked. But if you go back to like her MAM days or whatever, and you actually listen to some of her lives, it's so funny to watch because she had the same issues back then that she does now. Same exact issues. I have watched like 4 videos that have come up in my recommendation for some reason, and literally she's sitting in her car, she's bitching about the haters, she's bitching that, she's God's gift to YouTube and they're stupid and they don't know anything. And we weren't around her in that community at that time. She wasn't in this community. So I find it really funny, but it's us. We're just attacking her. It's just us. But it's funny that 3 years ago, you were bitching about the same shit on your live, but it's us. It's not you. I got blocked for saying she had cotton mouth. Miss Michelle, really? If you don't agree with her, that's what happens, though. She doesn't allow, like us. I know for me, I'll speak for me. I allow everybody in here. I allow everybody to have an opinion. Whether it's the same opinion I have or not, as long as you come in and you can do it respectfully. I mean, I've had Nadia in here. I've had Red Dragon in here. They've come in. As long as you're respectful, you get to stay and you get to have your opinion. But in Laura's chat, it's plain as day. You're stupid. You're not smart enough to be in my chat, because it's not the way she looks at it. Instead of staying back and being like, okay, now how did you get to that opinion? Why is that your opinion? Instead of trying to figure it out, she just throws you out, and then she wonders why everybody hates her. You don't allow anybody to have an opinion that isn't yours. Like, I absolutely do not fuck with or talk to anyone I see in FOD's chat. She acts like she has never said a word about anyone. It's quite amusing, actually. And they all came from me first. Another lie. Again, it's assuming. It is. I have gotten mouth. It's repetitive. It's just so, I'm over it. It's so stupid. She sits on her panel and repeats the same thing over and fucking over again. She thinks she's such this badass. You're not. You're not. You sound stupid. I wish she would listen to her lives after she listens to them. She has said nauseating stuff to people. Absolutely, she has. Look at what was in her description last night. Her description last night, I forgot word for word, but somebody's going to shoot themselves in the head. Who writes that as a description? You want people to stop the hate because all of a sudden now you're on this don't hate freight train because you see that Smokey P's Common Ground was actually working and people are coming in and enjoying it and he's getting a lot of views. So now all of a sudden now you want peace. Okay. But you're going to get peace by writing into the description somebody's going to take a gun and shoot themselves in the head. Like, can't you word things a little nicer? I don't know. I just feel like that was just crazy. Donna Marie, I'm sorry, but if that's all it takes, he wasn't a real friend to begin with. Mandolin, that's nice. Do not mess with someone for being in a chat. All right, guys. Brian, really, this isn't an FOD lie. It really isn't. I mean, if you want to converse with everybody about being in FOD chat, fire up a live, because really, it's just going to derail the whole chat, and that's not what my chat was about. Everybody knows how you feel about FOD. FOD knows how you feel about her. And you both, sitting in here because people there's people that like FOD and like you. There's people that don't like you but like FOD. There's people that like FOD, for you to, that's your choice not to talk to everybody because you don't want to be around FOD. That is your prerogative. That is your choice. But don't come in and try to derail the chat like that, please. Leah, Jenna in chat, hello. Hope you all just do your own live and have people come in, because obviously it bothers you because these people are your friends, and I think it bothers you to see them in FOD's chat. So maybe try doing a live. Try doing a live and ask the question. I was asked a question and I answered it, and that's fine. I'm not saying, I'm just saying maybe you should do a live and ask, why do you guys enjoy going into her chat? I don't know. I'm a free agent. I go where I want. Doesn't mean I am anyone's bestie. It's public chat. I will leave it at that. And that's another thing. That's true. We're all grown adults. There's people that don't agree with the things that, how you deal with things sometimes, Brian. There's people that don't agree with the way Laura handles things sometimes, obviously, because here I am. But I would not expect people not to go in somebody's chat just because I don't care for them. I don't know. To me, that seems childish. You're your own person. You don't like FOD, then fine. Don't like FOD, but you can't not like people just because they choose to go into a public platform and sit in a chat. Because I know I sit in chat sometimes and I don't even like the person that chat I'm in, but I like the people that are in the chat, so I'm in there conversating. It doesn't mean you like that creator just because you're in their chat. Anyone that goes in Dave the Fisherman's chat are out of the question to me. He lied about cancer. I don't know about Dave the Fisherman. Okay, you didn't like them, but you're not happy with them. Maybe not like them, but maybe not happy with them. Like I said, maybe you could do a live and maybe they could explain. Because just because they're in there, it doesn't mean they're best friends with them. It doesn't mean that they might not necessarily even like the person or agree with the person. But I'm sorry, we're a community that likes to sit and listen to the gossip and listen to the shit that's being thrown and stirred and whatever, just because. Okay, you're taking my words into you're taking them too literally, Brian. Like, too literally. I'm just saying, your comment of I'm not going to talk to anybody that was in is associating with FOD. There's a difference between being in a chat and associating. Just because you're in the chat with FOD doesn't mean you're associating with FOD. That just means you're in a chat. To me, if I'm associating with FOD, that means that I'm private messaging them. That means that I'm talking to them outside of YouTube. That's associating. Just because people are in her chat, it doesn't mean they're associating. It just means they're in her chat. To me, that's how I view it. It's Friday. Dance. Aaron will dance. Dance, dance, dance. Dancing. It's Friday. I missed what Ash said. What did Ash say? Right. And when I don't know where is the Ash comment, but I caught Manda. And it's true. If I don't agree, I leave the chat. And I'm telling you, it doesn't mean I'm besties or I agree with everything somebody says on a panel. Shit, I know there's people that don't agree to everything I say. It doesn't mean that I shouldn't go in their panels anymore. I mean, I get that she's done things to you, and I get it, and I get all of it. But at the same time, you can't condemn the whole community because they choose to go into her chat. You have to be mad at FOD's actions, not everybody else that's in her chat. Oh, I gotta shut my camera off to have a cigarette. Adults go where they want and have no issues. Exactly. Do not harm, take no shit. I thought Brian left YouTube. I haven't condemned anyone, nor am I mad at anyone. Hey, Batty Boop. I mean, like I said, I think you're taking what I'm saying way too literally. I'm just saying, just because people are in FOD's chat doesn't mean they completely agree with everything FOD has done. Nobody in this community likes people going real life. And that includes when you have, whether it was because they did it to you first or not, nobody agrees with it. So just because they're in their chat doesn't mean that they agree with what FOD did to you. I don't think anybody agrees with that. Nobody. I'll be shocked if anybody agrees with it, but I really don't, because I've heard other people say we don't agree with what FOD did. But sometimes FOD is the only person live. So, of course, you're going to go in there because you're bored or whatever, or you see your friend in there or whatever. So you go in and you shoot the shit. I know there's sometimes I completely tune out what the person's talking about on panel, and I'm just talking to my friend in chat. Richard is in rare form today. It's hot. It's hot out, and I have a couple of GBs and T's in me. Oh, geez. Crime Canary. I'm a firm believer in that. I don't give a shit where anyone goes on YouTube streets. As long as you are good to me and we are good, that's all that matters. That's all that matters to me too, Stephanie. Do you know, I would drive myself insane trying to dictate where people go, and I can't talk to that person because they were in a chat I don't like. That's ridiculous to me. As long as you're respectful to me and you're good to me, I don't give a fuck where you go. Ash, I knew it. I knew you did that every time I was on panel. Stephanie Brown, exactly. Geez, life is too short. I mean, YouTube is already frustrating enough. I mean, YouTube is already a headache enough. Why do you want to add more of a headache by going, oh my God, did you see? I'm just going to pick names out of here. Oh my God, did you see Stephanie Brown? She was in Jenna's channel. And you know what? Because she was in there, I'm not talking to her no more because I don't like Jenna. Like, really, guys? But that is my Friday rant. That is my Friday rant. I just think that Nobody's ever going to change Laura. Nobody's going to ever change anybody on YouTube. Nobody's going to change. So, but I will have an opinion when I need to have an opinion, and I will have one. And if I think that something's wrong or uncalled for, am I going to call it out? Yes. But am I going to try to not talk about her? I will. But if she keeps being an ass and doing stupid things, then I guess I will be talking about her. You gotta love Tattletales. I think he has probably seen me, dude. What is with the people like this? I would like to know that. I ask myself that daily, Stephanie. How old are we? I really do. I mean, I'm literally talking about a 50-year-old woman, almost 50. Or is she 50? I'm literally talking about a 50-year-old woman that's acting like she's 16. Maybe 12. Good call, Crime Canary. I'll go with 12. Hello, Starlight. A whole bunch of shit. Not really. A lot of just opinions and venting, and it's kind of all over the place. I'm just talking about, you know, last night's panel with Laura and how, hello, Starlight. Yeah, just a bunch of shit. All different kinds of things. Talking about people's sexualities. I think that people shouldn't like just call them by their names and then we don't have a problem. Who cares who's a lesbian? Who cares who's a she? Who cares who's a he? I mean, really? Do we really have to care about that? We're never going to see these people. So does it really matter if she's a she, a he, a lesbian, a transgender, a swinger? Does it really friggin' matter? No. To me, they're FOD, they're Randy, they're whoever their names are. And I think this fighting over sexuality is childish and stupid, and I think it needs to just stop. It seems like every time I open up YouTube, it's about people's sexuality right now, and I don't understand it. It doesn't matter who they are. We're never going to meet them. You're not friends with them. They don't owe you an explanation. That's just my opinion. I agree that FOD is definitely a troublemaker. I do think that at times. I think that she enjoys throwing, in my opinion, as I've watched her, I think she likes throwing things out there to watch the uproar. I think she enjoys that. I think she gets a kick out of that. And I think at the end of the day, when she logs off, she really doesn't care about those subjects or those things, but she likes to stir it. She likes to get everybody going. I think she's definitely a troll. I mean, she came in as a troll, and I think she continues to be a troll, and I think she enjoys trolling and causing chaos. She does. She enjoys it. She has fun doing it. But it's just kind of like Laura. Do we feed into it? And majority of the time, people do bite and feed into it, but maybe we shouldn't. She does like to troll, and she's never denied being a troll. You know, that's what she came in to do, and she's continued to do it. And just because she's built the channel or whatever, I mean, there does, ugh, there does have to be a line. You're right. A hard line, but it has to be your line. We can't, kind of like what we said on Common Ground. It's kind of like it has to be what your line is. We can't worry about everybody else, and we can't assume everybody's going to have the same lines you do. Other than the real life bullshit, I think everybody's in agreement about going real life. But my lines and what I will tolerate and what I will accept for me might be different than yours, Captain Obvious. So I think it needs to be your line and not worry about everybody else. But everybody, there's a lot of people that worry about everybody else but themselves, and they need to stop. Just worry about you and worry about your lines and what you will tolerate and what you will accept and what you will not watch and what you will participate in. And as long as everybody just focuses on themselves, I think things would get better. Just get happy and get on your lawn. Just kidding, honey. Oh God, Marianne, all I can see is Analyzer singing Wings Beneath My Wings now. Thanks. You did ever get to see that, by the way? Oh. All right, guys. Well, I have to get into the store. Honey Boo Boo, are you saying there's a video of Analyzer singing Wings Beneath My Wings out there? I believe there is. I want to say I saw it once, but she's laying in her bed singing it, and I think it's all black, if I remember correctly. It's like when she used to lay in bed all in black, and you couldn't see her face. I think she sings. Leo, if that song gets stuck in my head. Have a good day, Brian. Like I said, I didn't mean it. I don't mean, I get where you're coming from. I get your frustration. I mean, it was done to you, so I get it. But at the same time, I just don't want you to ruin friendships or ruin, because they're in FODs. Just because they're in FODs doesn't mean they agree. It doesn't mean they're good with her. It doesn't mean they're going to be, buddies and they're going to talk privately. And I know it frustrates you to see people in there that you like and you enjoy, but you can still like them and you can still enjoy them. I mean, I guess that's what I was trying to say. So I'm sorry if you took it wrong, but that's what all I'm trying to say. Just like there's people out here that like to watch Laura and none of us can understand why. But at the same time, then they're in your DMs talking shit about her, but yet they follow her and watch her all the time. It's interesting. Just because they watch her don't mean they agree and don't mean they like her. Send me that link. Yes. I'm telling you, it's a riot. Yes, Mojo, have a wonderful day. I have to get into the store. Thank you guys for all coming in. Sorry it's short. Maybe I'll go live. No, I'm not going live tonight. Diane and Wendy are going live tonight. I'm busy Saturday. I am definitely going live Sunday. I'm going to be doing that crime live Sunday, the catfish love triangle. I don't know the time yet on Sunday, but watch out for it. Thank you guys for coming in. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't hit the likes, please hit the likes. Everybody stay healthy, stay happy, and stay you. And I'll talk to you all later. Enjoy your Friday. Bye.